involving the WNBA, because now we've got an opinion commentary piece from the Wall Street Journal. Now,
certain fouls on certain players, but especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark, it's just almost like they want her to get hurt.
Yeah, I would like for her to just play through it sometimes, but I get it too because she's getting slapped, she's getting held, and those are the things that injured her.
People can say what they want about me on the internet, but when it comes to Caitlin Clark or any other damn player not getting treated right, I'm going to speak up and speak out about it.
The WNBA has been enjoying one of its biggest surges in history, largely thanks to Caitlin Clark's arrival. Her presence has packed arenas, boosted TV ratings, and created a cultural buzz the league hasn't seen in years. But behind the highlight reels and sold-out crowds, a darker storyline is beginning to unfold, one that has fans furious and analysts questioning whether Clark's basic rights as a professional athlete are being violated. The whispers have now become roars. The league is exposing itself by the way it has handled Clark, and this could change everything.
What we love about Caitlin is the same thing that we love about Diana Taurasi, the all-time leading scorer in the WNBA. They talk trash, and they have the game to back it up.
Carter, I believe you can play hard. You're supposed to compete, but I believe you can do it without being cheap.
Caitlin was just named Rookie of the Month, averaging 17 points per game and 6 assists.
From the moment she stepped on the floor, Clark became the centerpiece of the WNBA. Her name is in every headline, her jersey is flying off shelves, and her games are drawing more eyeballs than ever. But with that attention came an expectation. The league would protect its new star, showcase her fairly, and treat her with the respect she deserves. Instead, many fans argue the opposite has happened. She's been targeted physically by defenders, hacked relentlessly without consistent calls, and at times, seemingly left unprotected by referees.
And what we just witnessed happen between Kennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark. I want to be absolutely clear. No one condones what Kennedy Carter did to Caitlin Clark on that one play.
I've been one saying that I definitely believe her civil rights has been broken. She has been simply assaulted damn near every time she's been on the court.
And I'm glad it's coming from the commentators because a lot of people think that Caitlin's just out here flopping, just out here doing nonsense.
Videos have circulated of Clark taking hard fouls that would earn immediate technicals in other contexts, yet the whistles remain silent. For fans who see her as the face of the league's future, this looks less like growing pains and more like systemic neglect. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
But you have to call a spade a spade. It was a cheap shot. But if we're speaking on what the entire sequence of events were that Kennedy alluded to.
People can say what they want about me on the internet, but when it comes to Caitlin Clark or any other damn player not getting treated right, I'm going to speak up and speak out about it.
At some point, you do have to protect these players, all right? I get it. You want it to be gritty and all that, but fam, there was a lot of slapping and holding up in there.
It's not just the officiating, it's the treatment surrounding her entire presence. Clark's massive draw power has turned into a double-edged sword. Opponents circle her games, knowing the spotlight will be on them if they rattle her. Crowds cheer her every move, but they also magnify every mistake. And when veterans have taken liberties with her physically, the lack of league intervention feels like tacit approval. For a player bringing millions of new eyes to the sport, the absence of safeguards borders on a violation of workplace safety. Fans frame it simply. If Clark's rights as an employee are to play in a fair, safe environment, the league is failing her.
It's a difference between physicality and then street ball, all right? It's a huge difference between that. We have to make sure we protect these players.
Night in, night out. Part of the reason why she's not playing right now is because of this beating.
Because somehow, some way, they embrace victimhood on a part of Caitlin Clark. It could be a problem.
Involving the WNBA, because now we've got an opinion commentary piece from the Wall Street Journal. Now,
this isn't just about hard fouls, though. It's about how Clark is used by the WNBA as both a marketing tool and a lightning rod. On one hand, the league sells her story, pushes her image, and benefits from her unprecedented fan base. On the other hand, when controversies erupt, whether from on-court collisions, media criticism, or hostile opposing crowds, Clark is often left alone to absorb the blows.
And they come to a conclusion that they believe she is being unfairly treated. That is going to be a problem for the WNBA.
Very interesting but touchy topic, man. That is Caitlin Clark's civil rights being broken.
Yeah, I would like for her to just play through it sometimes, but I get it too because she's getting slapped, she's getting held, and those are the things that injured her.
Other leagues protect their stars fiercely, ensuring marquee players are given a fair chance to shine. In the NBA, for example, superstars get the benefit of calls and security. In the WNBA, Caitlin Clark is drawing the crowds of a superstar while absorbing the punishment of a rookie without protection. That contradiction is why this moment feels so explosive. Fans aren't just complaining about missed calls. They're framing this as a violation of fundamental fairness. When Clark is repeatedly fouled without consequence, shoved on screens, or mocked publicly by rivals, the question arises, is the WNBA profiting from her while neglecting its responsibility to ensure her rights as a player are respected? And if that's the case, the league could be heading into dangerous territory where public opinion turns from celebration to condemnation. The situation boiled over in recent weeks as clip after clip circulated of Clark being blindsided by defenders and taking hits that would never fly in men's leagues.
That no player in the WNBA since 2024 have took the amount of fouls, the assaults that Caitlin Clark has.
Is calling, or at least saying out loud, that maybe Caitlin Clark's civil rights are actually being violated.
Each viral video reignited the debate, with some arguing she needs to toughen up, while others insisted the league was allowing outright mistreatment. The phrase, "protect Caitlin Clark," trended multiple times, not just as fan chatter, but as a genuine outcry for reform. Analysts began to wonder aloud whether the WNBA was jeopardizing its golden opportunity by failing to treat its biggest star with basic fairness. What makes this story even more combustible is that Clark herself hasn't complained. She's stayed professional, focused on her game, and refused to throw the league under the bus. That restraint has only made fans more outraged on her behalf. They see a player carrying the weight of a league on her shoulders, selling tickets, elevating visibility, and still refusing to play the victim.
Certain fouls on certain players, but especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark, it's just almost like they want her to get hurt.
Originally, I was a little bit surprised at what just happened, and then I was surprised that the officials did not go to the monitor to review it because obviously it was a flagrant one.
Even as the system seems stacked against her, to them, her silence doesn't mean she's fine with it. It means she's being forced to carry burdens no rookie should, and that silence, ironically, amplifies the idea that her rights are being ignored. If this continues, the fallout could be massive. The WNBA is at a crossroads. Does it step in and acknowledge the problem, tightening officiating standards, disciplining overly aggressive play, and ensuring its stars are protected? Or does it ignore the cries, hoping Clark's toughness and popularity will keep the momentum alive despite the unfairness? If the league chooses the latter, it risks alienating the very fans Clark has brought in, turning their excitement into anger. Already, social media is brimming with posts declaring that the league is using Clark while refusing to shield her. That perception, once it sets in, could do real damage to the WNBA's credibility. The stakes aren't just about one player, they're about precedent. If the WNBA allows Caitlin Clark to be hammered night after night, what message does it send to future stars considering the league? That they'll be celebrated publicly but abandoned privately? That the league will market them for profit but won't stand up for their safety? Those questions are bigger than basketball.
Caitlin Clark was your daughter. What if Caitlin Clark was your aunt, your niece, somebody in your family that was taken the type of beating that she has been taking.
Hold. There's another grab. I mean,
all of those are
fouls. Every single one of them. And here, that's a foul, and finally.
They strike at the integrity of the institution itself. Fans already see this as a pivotal moment. Comment sections, fan podcasts, and media outlets are treating it like a turning point. They're framing it not just as unfairness, but as an exposure of the WNBA's internal flaws. The idea that Clark's rights are being violated, whether through neglect, inconsistent officiating, or unfair treatment, has taken root, and it's not going away. Every future game will be watched with this narrative in mind, and every foul, whistle, or lack thereof will fuel the fire. In the end, the league may find itself forced to act, not out of compassion, but out of necessity. Caitlin Clark is too valuable, too visible, and too important to let her situation spiral. If they fail to protect her, the story will only grow louder, and the damage could stretch far beyond her career. Fans are demanding accountability, and if the WNBA doesn't provide it, the backlash could reshape the league's image permanently. This is why people are saying this could change it all. Because Caitlin Clark's treatment isn't just about basketball, it's about fairness, safety, and the responsibility of an organization to protect its workers. The WNBA has been exposed, and unless it changes course, this controversy won't just haunt a season. It could define an era.